Guys, Crangel Gaming here, bringing you the latest, well, not necessarily the latest, but the latest mods review for Skyrim Remastered on the PlayStation 4. This week we're going to be covering the environmental mods, but before I get into that, if I could ask you to please give the videos a like. The channel does need your support. There are others out there who are obviously earning 40k and stuff, 40k views, likes, and everything else on the videos, and half the time they'll just feed you a bunch of rubbish, and it does annoy the hell out of me sometimes how those guys can basically feed you a bunch of rubbish and everyone just eats it all up. But uh, I'm trying to uh, grow the the channel as much as I can, so please share with your friends, like the videos, and if you're not a subscriber already, please consider subscribing because the channel does need the support. Before I get into these as well, I will say that there is no creation club at the moment for Skyrim. I thought there would be because I've just finished doing the Fallout the Fallout mods review and the Fallout Skyrim the Fallout mods review and the Fallout Creation Club review. Uh, when I came over to this, there was no option. I checked for any updates, so the Skyrim Creation Club mods are not ready to go just yet. As soon as they are, like I did with the Fallout ones, I'll put them in their own little bot, bot playlist, so people will be able to find them with no problem. And again, I'll do them week in, week out. If the categories are split up pretty much like they did for that version for Fallout, then I'll just do them pretty much every single mod when they first came out, when they first come out for the first few weeks, and then as the mods increase, I'll split them up into categories like I do with Skyrim and Fallout now. So if you did miss the Skyrim mods review last week, it was the latest mods. At the end of doing these environmental, I am going to go over a couple of mods that are in the most recent ones, which I think will be very interesting to a lot of people, so please stay tuned to the end and I will go over them. The only reason I'm not going to do it now is not to try and get people to watch the entire video. It's because if I try to move through the menus whilst I'm trying to upload all the stuff I'm trying to upload at the moment, the game will probably crash or it'll kick me back to having to actually sign in again. So I'm going to try and keep them on this. So please, if you don't necessarily want to watch the entire video for all the environmental, skip to the end of the video and just keep backtracking, and you'll be able to see some of the mods I'm actually on about. Either way, right, getting straight into the environmental mods, we have got right from the start the Four Shields Tavern for the PlayStation 4. Right, tired of all those villagers' inns looking the same, shouldn't Dragon Bridge Tavern be at least something somewhat exciting? After all, it is kind of a big deal as it's the border town between the Imperials and Stormcloak held holds, with the inhabitants afraid war will break out over the control of the bridge. This mod makes a few modest changes to the Four Shields Tavern interior to make it unique and add some dragon flavour. Requirements: Skyrim, obviously, duh. Updates: Half-Fire DLC and the Dragonborn DLC as well, which if you've got Skyrim Remastered you pretty much get anyway, so that's kind of a moot point unless you decide not to activate them. Dawnstar Supreme, a Dawnstar overhaul, and okay, not really environmental, but neither was the other one. Dawnstar Supreme is an overhaul that makes the town of Dawnstar feel much less empty. Okay. Grey Tree's home. Ever wanted to own your own tree house? Well, now you can live inside one. Not a real screenshots for them, unfortunately, other than what's on that. So if you can got a chance to zoom in, then there you go. Riverwood expanded overhaul. Again, work in progress. Exterior only at the moment. Plans to expand Riverwood to be a huge beyond the size of Whiterun. Okay. Whiterun Mage Tower and overhaul. This mod will eventually overhaul Whiterun. This will be Whiterun to be more magic themed, so it fits in better. Okay. Adds a beautiful Mage's Tower to Whiterun, decorated with dragon skulls and magic spire. Replaces Bree's home. It is only exterior at the moment. The interiors is being made as a type-sys. It will contain many rooms and one will act as a player home eventually. It will be a place to learn magic and train, and quest will be added as well. Okay, so work in progresses. I think this is going to be from the same guy. Yep. No one exactly knows what lies behind the existence, let alone, sorry, this is actually Mitch Sabia's humble abode. Therefore, cozy cottage located in the verdant meadows west of Whiterun. Some say its owner, a reclusive explorer, succumbed to the lust of world knowledge by abandoning the only place he called home in an effort to pursue his efforts of unraveling all Tamriel's mysteries. So, nice little play at home for you there. Okay, hold capitals, Dawnstar. City of Dawnstar. Dawnstar was once besieged by the mysterious ice tribes. The town's 4 champions, Chung, Delacrix, Beatrice, and Alahavan, attempted to negotiate with the tribes, led raids against them, and turned to the Emperor for help, but to no avail. The tribes attacked the town, and the walls barely held. But no trace of the wall exists in the game, nor any other defences. This overhaul adds some walls and towers, and adds several new NPCs, homes, and increased harbour. Okay, right, yeah, so I'm getting what he's actually done here. The mod basically, as he says here, has added some walls, as you can see at the distance of the screenshot. East Empire Warehouse and Trading Office has been added to it. A stable where you can buy horses, extra changes where when you choose either the Stormcloaks or the Imperials. So, okay, this is something that will probably be worthwhile, I must admit. Oak Reef Graveyard. Okay, just adds a bunch of new tombstones to make it look like the town has really suffered all these many deaths. The Autumn of Whiterun. No lanterns. Okay. Autumn of Whiterun for PlayStation 4. But here is the no lanterns version. Okay, I thought, alright, yeah, it's linking to the other video. Welcome to Autumn of Whiterun, a complete remake of his original mod for the old Skyrim game. Get ready to be lost in Whiterun as you navigate your way from top to the top through the wonders of nature. Okay. It should be noted that this mod was made with many of the criticisms of the original in mind. He's made various changes in the way he's constructed the forest, giving it a completely unique look from the first mod. Also, a glorious special editions graphics. Okay. There are requirements for the mod, so just download and enjoy. And okay, you've got Trees of the Rift, natural decor and clutter, stable performance, and complete compatibility all been put into it as well. Okay. Easy ragged flagon travel. I can pretty much tell you what this is without opening it. A lot of people, because of the use of mods, are having trouble getting into Riften, and if you are after going after the Thieves Guild, then this basically will add a map marker outside of the walls of Riften, so you can use it to travel in and out of the ragged flagon without necessarily having to go through all the rigmarole of going up this doorway, that doorway, loading through this, that, and everything else just to get in and out of it. Winnie's Memorial. Move the shrine close to the road so it isn't hidden behind bushes, not shown on the creation kit. Okay. Replace Ebony Ignot with Ebony Urn, which holds Winnie's ashes. Okay. Stormy climates. Finally, some environmental. Adds a 20% chance of storms to every climate except Sovngarde, making it rain and storm more often. This is compatible with most weather mods as it changes climate instead of weather or anything else. Mainland Skyrim. Okay, I covered this on another video. It just makes Skyrim a bit more easy to find. Sorry, no, yeah, it adds Skyrim mines outside of Solstheim as well, so you're not necessarily having to travel all the way over there every time you want a piece of Skyrim. Yogria Barrow, the final resting place of the last Snow Elf Prince, known only as the Snow Prince, adds the Nordic ruins north of the adds the Nordic ruins north of the abandoned shack on Soulstone. These ruins are for mid to late level characters to explore, so in other words, it expects a high amount of enemy damage or presence. Moldy's improved Riverwood. A mod that simply improves the appearance of Riverwood without making it too cluttered. And while remaining lore friendly, much of the trees and flora have been removed to give Riverwood a more barren look, making sense given it's a logging village, and so forth. Hold capitals, Winterhold overhaul basically. You can see there it's just been improved ever so slightly, added a bit more of a castle at the back end of it as well. Yeah, it says here things added: city walls and gates, more ruined like a keep, houses, market, a few more buildings and NPCs. He's planning to add a Hall of the Dead, a dungeon, another dungeon to explore the castle remains and dungeons backstory pending. Add some more NPCs. When Imperials take over, they rebuild some of the town and so on and so forth. Okay. Riverwood Supreme, Riverwood Overhaul. Pastok is not really important for this one. Nicer Castle Volkaya. If you want it to look, well, yeah, it does look pretty good, I must admit. It doesn't look as doom and gloomy, but that was part of the story, I suppose. Simply more trees. Straightforward. Barenheim. Okay, for the PlayStation 4, whatever that is. Removes the 2 highest counts of trees and plants to improve more frames per second. Okay. Better sleeping arrangements, Riverwood Trader. Basically, he was tired of not being able to sleep with Coletta Valerius in a bed after marrying her, so he spent a couple of hours in the creation kit and came up with this quick little fix. Nothing has been removed, just replaced, moved, and added a few things. It always felt like him and Camilla just didn't fit in very well with all the common Nordic village surroundings, so I spruced up her room up a bit. Okay, and just basically did all that. Rustic Weathers modularity. Okay, finally. Rustic Weathers modularity 4 of 4 for snow. Alternate version of the mod Rustic Weathers and lighting, with the difference that makes the weathers are split into 4 parts: clear, cloudy, fog, rain, and snow. I forgot to put a big dash on. This mod is 1 part out of 4. This mod contains only the snow weathers from the Rustic Weathers and lightings. The idea even of this modular set is combined with other weather mods. Okay. Rustic Weathers modularity thing. This one is for Rustic Weathers and lighting. What's this one for? This is the rain portion of that mod. And you've got the fog, and finally clear and cloudy weather. So if you just want to have them instead, then there you go. TOS mod collection performance for the PlayStation 4 increases frames per second in Rift and removes barrels, sacks, no grass underwater, no outside grass and landscape outside of towns. Solstheim Reborn. Solstheim Reborn is a mod that adds new features to Solstheim, now ready for review. He's added clutter and decoration to some areas, added old transport system from Morrowind. He has rebuilt destroyed shacks and houses that doesn't have some important lore or quest. Okay. He has added 2 player homes, one in the Wild and one in Raven Rock. The homes have safe storage. He'll make more houses. He has added a house shop in Raven Rock, where you can buy horses. Yet please wait for the patch. The keys of the house will be outside the house until he makes the house buyable. Okay. The transport system currently just have 2 locations to go: Skull Village, or where you originally find the huge beast. I've done a lot more police and suggestions about the area. Okay. Simple survival, pretty much a essential if you want to play in like a survival mod. Basically just forces you to eat, drink and sleep at various points in the game, otherwise you'll face a debuff. and Rustic Weather's extras, a combination of everyone. This mod serves as an add-on to the main pack, Rustic Weathers and Lighting. You can find adds 4 new weathers, increases the amount of weathers that can occur in each region, and Volarity, has been increased by 50%, which means weather changes more often. Infinite mining, pretty much straightforward on this one. It just allows you, instead of mining a couple of things and then the ore being spent, you can now mine unto your heart's content, or your back breaks from trying to carry over stuff. Again, having the start a new game with infinite carry weight would be a really good thing with this, or you can get the infinite carry weight with infinite carry weight rings as well, which basically give you so much carry weight potential that you're never really going to run out of stuff, even though the frames per second might drop. Deadly Diseases of Skyrim, okay, we've been over this numerous times. Sun Lens Flares 2, Bleak Kindred, not really environmental. Kato's Whiterun, another Whiterun overhaul. Louder Nature Birds, and so on and so forth, and insects. TLS Wintergrass Removal for, what's this one? Alright, okay. Removes grass that shouldn't be there in winter for a better environment experience. Provides maybe double the frames per second than the regular grass removal mod. However, flora like Death Bell can only be obtained now by alchemy shops. Okay, so if you are one of the people who like to pick it up around the place, then you're still going to have to buy it. Okay, aforementioned afforestation magic. Okay. There's no need to worry about compatibility any longer. You can plant trees on your own anywhere you like, to the limit of the power of the PlayStation 4. This mod adds magic that can plant trees. The spellbook is in the chest near the Whiterun's Gildergreen, and it is in it. Okay. You fire magic at the ground, a tree grows. You activate the tree, and you can tear down the tree or destroy by attack. Okay. Beauty of frames per second. Another beauty day on Skyrim. Okay, what the mod does. Jump like a professional basketball player. Grass is calmer and more realistic. Add more race customization abilities. Imperial women never look so hot. Lower cloud angles. Made weather and watercolors more vibrant. Altered grass objects. Made suitable changes to skin tint and movement data of races. Show race menu required unless new game suggests ring of change for console. Okay. Changed sprinting to a more realistic spent all of your life in medieval times drain. Tweaked camera settings to provide more frames per second. Tuned shader particles. Okay, and there is a lot more stuff there. So, okay, check that out for yourself if you want to improve your frames per second. Markov Supreme Overhaul. TLS Darkness Interiors. No real details much on this one. There's not even a screenshot, so I'm just going to skip over this one. Memorial to Taylor. TLS No Wind Better Performance. Skyrim Spring Trees. Saber Catch Respawn, if you want to get the tusks a lot easier, just makes them respawn a lot faster. Windhelm Supreme, or Windhelm Overhaul. Seriously Overstocked, this is one of the mods I've got, and it is very good because you get a lot more merchandise on the Blood Merchants, and they have a lot more money as well. Vicious Wild, Various Wild even. Riverwood Anew, another Riverwood Overhaul. Crafting in the Cloud. TLS Morpho Overhaul. M's Skyrim Nature Overhaul. Okay, adds 150 trees and plants to the game. The game. Highly recommended using Emran's Whiterun with it. Not recommended using with its Project Hippie and so on and so forth. Again, if you're going to add low stuff like that, expect your frames per second to drop the more trees and grass and stuff you add. TOS Winterhold and Dawnstar, Rustic Weathers and Lighting, another one from that guy. Immersive Travelling. Immersive travelling doesn't completely remove fast travel, but treats it like a commodity. Basically, you can fast travel once every 36 hours. Here's how it works. Inside a Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood is a room on the right side. You'll find a tome travel guide on the table and the travel bag packed under the table. Use the tome travel guide to kick off the mod. While you are outdoors, you'll have the following active effect. Disabled fast travel. You are not prepared to fast travel. This effect renders you unable to wait or fast travel. Notes: you can still wait, sleep indoors. Okay. The fun part: the travel bag acts like a white vial. When you use travel bag packed, it grants you the ability to fast travel active effect for 5 minutes. Travel bag packed will be immediately replaced by the miscellaneous item travel bag empty. Upon consumption, after 36 hours, travel bag empty will be replaced by travel bag packed. Okay, so it's basically having a half stone, but with an even longer time limit on it. And if anybody gets the reference to Hearthstone, put it in the comment section. TOS Barenheim, can't remember my over that one. Overstocks and Rich Merchants, again, pretty much straightforward. The Lawful Mod Collection, Moldy's Improved Whiterun. Cato's Ivorstead, always are improvements to areas. Halfire Cellar Armory. Hayoshan Bigger Farm Field, just expands the limits, I think, on that one. Draken and No Lighting. Dolomite Weathers, Natural. Dolomite, okay. Underwater Grass Deleted. Yeah, it makes sense. Why would you want it under? No Falling Leaves or Debris for the PlayStation 4. Ruined Shrine of something or other. Woodcutting Block 3 Action Limit. Is that the limit remover? Yeah, it basically lets you chop pretty much endlessly. Better Riften performance for those guys, like I mentioned before, who might be having trouble getting in and out of Riften. This might be one you need. Halved respawn timer. Cato Falkreath, again. Eternal Sunshine. Dolomite Weathers and Lighting. Faster respawn. Birds and Flocks. Solitude Supreme. Solitude mod overhaul. Cato's Riverwood, Bridges of Skyrim. Easy Weather Change. New Homes of Skyrim PlayStation Edition. Breeze Homes Cellar. Allianz Ultimate Armory. Mortal Harvest. Star Triple Gold. Okay, get more Forges Grinders and so on and so forth. Star. Double Gold Superior. Smithing Chest Supplies. Vagrant High Rise Solitude. Okay, not a lot of environmental. I was expecting things that would, a lot more stuff that would actually change the weather and stuff in there, but no. Looter's Cave, no more Spider Test, more gold, player home keys, more smelters, the Valley of Peace. Skyrim is windy. Okay. Skyrim is a windy place, but there is no sign of any strong winds in Skyrim except for blowing wind sounds that occurs. Skyrim's Windy is a mod that made from scratch that will improve the immersion of Skyrim by making flora such as grass plants and stuff animate and swing. It covers every asset from every DLC, including trees, plants, and bushes on Soulstone Island, Soulkern, and in the Vale. Okay, takes no performance, covers all assets for every DLC, compatible with major mods like Skyrim Flora Overhaul and so on and so forth. That's the very last one. Right, as promised, for those people who did stick around and or who have skipped to the end of the video, one of the things I noticed the second I logged on this time is right here at the very top. 3 mods here, and the one I've actually paused on is something that has obviously been very interesting to me personally on this character, on the characters I've been actually doing. Someone's finally found a workaround for marrying Serana. So I'll cover this one in a sec, but I'm going to go through these actually in order. This is a clothing mod. Now, the image that's listed here is linked from the Nexus mods. Now, I've actually favorited this one to test this one out myself because, to be honest, this looks like it uses external assets and breaks code and everything, every other thing that has not been listed. If this is a mod, I will be using this on my female character. If this is how it actually looks when it's actually done, because to be honest, that is absolutely fantastic. But I don't see this being legit. Basically, the description for it is a ratty old cloak tossed behind the ruined stone that marks the entrance to Nightingale Hall. When worn, it is lighter than air and does not use an equipment slot. The sheer celestial nature of this divine article of clothing is such that it causes the wearer's feet to barely touch the mortal ground, making each footfall as soft as to be silent. Its radiance shrouds all wickedness and even shields vampires from the vengeful gaze of Akatosh when they walk abroad in daylight. In game terms, this makes you surrounded by a radiant cloud of particles, 100% muffle effect, and no sun damage for vampires, all without using any equipment slot. Guaranteed to make the bandits just as surprised as you were to see them. So, yeah, after reading this proper, it's basically the spell effect that you see in there. Don't be tricked necessarily. I mean, I'm going to try it anyway and see if this is a clothing mod, but it's more than likely they've took the screenshot of somebody else that's using the similar mod and trying to pass it off as a clothing mod. If this is a clothing mod that's finally managed to sneak on through, then all credit to the guy. But if not, it's a pretty low way to try and get somebody to actually download your mod. Anyway, if someone does try this before me, again, leave it in the comment section because it might be a little bit before I do get around to actually testing that out. Okay, on to the second one, which was of high interest. Okay, the Marry Me Serana mod. You can marry Serana after completing the quest Kindred Judgment. This is a simple mod. The mod just adds Serana to the vanilla marriage options. It's the same way that you would marry another NPC. Installation: you can install the mod at any time. A new game isn't required. The load order is wherever you like. The mod won't be affected by the load order, he thinks. Please remember to complete the quest Kindred Judgment before you actually marry her. Uninstallation: divorce Serana by using the mod Marriage before and after marriage end, and uninstalling this mod. If you like to use another marryable Serana mod, remember that this mod needs to be uninstalled before installing that one. Okay, and then it goes on to, if you have the mod Live with Serana, uninstall it before installing this mod. How you go about marriage. It's the same way that you would marry another NPC. Complete the Dawn Guard quest, Kindred Judgment. Don't care whether you side with Dawn Guard or the vampires, or whether Serana is a vampire or a mortal. Okay, so that is one thing that's in there. She doesn't necessarily have to be a mortal. Have you already spoken to Mara about marriage? If so, when you wear the amulet of Mara, talk to Serana and select the existing dialogue. Have you ever thought about marriage? If you select the dialogue for the first time, Serana will say that a temple scares her. Finish the dialogue with her and select again the same dialogue. Have you ever thought about marriage? The new dialogue will be showed after Serana says, I think we've talked about that enough, come on now. As a spouse AI, Serana is a special NPC with a vanilla spouse AI. Can't be applied. This mod adds a new spouse AI for her. She will go outdoor in the daytime when she lives in the player's house. Another feature: after the marriage, Serana and your adopted children will have a few random conversations. Doesn't this mod work? When you can't marry her, place this mod at the end of your load order and try again. If you still can't marry her, check the following things. If you have the Live with Serana mod, uninstall it. Did you defeat Harkon? Put the Amulet of Mara on. Does another marriable NPC say about the Amulet of Mara? If not, speak with Mara more about the about marriage in Skyrim. Does Serana have a dialogue? Have you ever thought about marriage? Check all this stuff, by the way. Does she have the new dialogues from this mod in the conversations? Have you ever thought about marriage? Try to talk with Serana again with a dialogue. Have you ever thought about marriage? Can you finish the wedding ceremony, or does the ceremony start without issues? If not, you can start and finish the ceremony with another marriable. Can you start the ceremony with another marriable NPC? If you have issues 4 and 5 that are on that list, you might have a mod that changes Serana's dialogue, or a mod that treats Serana as your spouse. Live with Serana is one such one, and changes her dialogue, so it needs to be uninstalled. If you have issue 6, then there may be a mod that changes the wedding ceremony or vanilla marriage, etc, etc. This mod never changes the wedding ceremony nor the vanilla marriage system, at least. The conflict between mods is almost always very complicated, and some of the mods leave effects even though they are uninstalled. So actually I can say clearly what mod causes those issues. If this mod never works in your game among all the other mods installed, try use Live with Serana or another marriable mod for Serana. Okay, so there you go. Someone's finally managed to get a mod out there which does seem to actually do what many people have been looking for actually in there. And the final mod I wanted to showcase this week, well, not necessarily showcase again, this seems to be using the same thing, the same screenshot that was featured in the other one, and it has pretty much the same description right from the start. It's the same author as well. An innocuous chest behind the ruined stone that marks the entrance to Nightingale Hall. What could be inside? A bunch of ratty old cloaks that make you look like a Barracuda's atrium. The ground hardly holds on you walk on and so forth. In game terms, this has snazzy visual effects. So there you go, visual effects. It's nothing to do with the clothing itself. So armor shown is the armor shown in the screenshot is from the Nexus mods. So don't download this mod if you're expecting it to be the armor. It's not. It's just the visual effect that is shown on the outer of the character. So just be mindful of that one. Anyway, that's all for this week. If you are tuning in here and you're looking for the mods I actually mentioned, you need to skip back a couple because we covered both the Divine Whisper to actually debunk the fact that this is not the armor mod. This is just the aura that you can see, the smoke effect that is actually around the outside. And we went over the Marry Me Serana mod in great detail. So if you have skipped from the point I was on about before and you're at this point, then you need to go back a little bit more and you'll find these three basically, the ones I just covered, around about the 30-minute mark. I'd say is probably about the safe place to try and do it. Probably just a little bit before if you want the Serana mod one. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope by next week we'll be doing the Creation Club stuff, and I thank you again for everybody who tunes in each and every week. You're absolute stars. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And don't forget, please like on the videos. Likes count more than you could possibly know, and because I'm trying to do this now as a career, I need all the support I can get. So thank you for everybody who tunes in each and every week. Don't forget, for the people who have just tuned in to try and catch the new mods I was on about, skip to about the 28-minute mark and you'll be able to find probably the start of the area of the latest mods which I was trying to actually show you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys.